Sarawak to work with Indonesia to curb rabies outbreak. Health Ministry confirms no new cases of rabies. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohana Priya. Welcome to News on 2. Sarawak will work together with Indonesia to curb the rabies outbreak, especially along the Sarawak-Kalimantan border. According to Sarawak Chief Minister Dato' Amar Abang Johari Tun Openg, among the efforts would be sharing of knowledge to alert each other to create buffer zones to prevent the spread of the disease. Speaking after visiting the dog vaccination program at Kota Padawan yesterday, Dato' Amar Abang Johari added that talks on the matter will soon be held with the Indonesian consulate in Kuching. The Sarawak government will be led by Sarawak Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah and Sarawak Local Government Minister Dato' Professor Dr. Sim Hui Kian.
At the same time, Dato' Amar Douglas and the team will be negotiating or discussing with our consulate from Indonesia tomorrow how to jointly trying to have an effort to tackle this problem.
Meanwhile, the state government will declare an additional 10 km radius for areas affected by rabies. The state government had contributed 500,000 ringgit, while the federal government contributed 2.4 million ringgit in terms of vaccines to curb the spread of rabies in Sarawak. The Health Ministry has confirmed that no new cases of rabies have been reported nationwide. Its Minister, Dato' Sri Dr. S. Subramaniam, said the number of rabies cases recorded remained at 5 and the situation is under control. On the case reported in Malacca, Dato' Sri Subramaniam confirmed that the 6-year-old child who allegedly showed symptoms of rabies was tested negative and had been discharged from Malacca Hospital. He added the Ministry, together with the Department of Veterinary Services, DVS, will continue running inspections on stray dogs as well as pet dogs and cats in a bid to control the spread of the disease. Dato' Sri Subramaniam said this to reporters after opening Kota Melaka MIC Division's annual general meeting in Malacca yesterday. Meanwhile, the Director of Disease Control Division of the Health Ministry, Dr. Chong Chi Keong, said so far only 5 cases of the rabies infection were reported, all of which have been reported in Serian, Sarawak.
Laboratory cases. 4 have died, unfortunately, and one of the remaining survivor is in Serian, is in Kuching Hospital.
He said this to reporters when met in Georgetown, Pulau Pinang. The Court of Appeal yesterday ruled that the Election Commission, EC, does not need to provide information on locality codes and names of 136,272 Selangor voters in 1994 and 2003 for its redelineation exercise to the Selangor state government. The 3-man bench, led by Dato' Muhammad Zawawi Saleh, in making the ruling, also dismissed the Selangor government's appeal to cross-examine EC's chairman, Dato' Sri Muhammad Hashim Abdullah, on the matter. The bench, which also consisted Dato' Abdul Rahman Sebli and Dato' Kamardin Hashim, made no order on costs. The Selangor state government will seek further legal advice on their next course of action, whether to make an appeal on the decision or to apply to the High Court for a judicial review. On October 19, 2016, the Selangor government, led by its Menteri Besar, Dato' Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali, sought a declaration that the proposed redelineation from a 2016 study by EC was unconstitutional, inconsistent with clauses 2C and 2D of Article 1132 of the 13th Schedule of the Federal Constitution and null and void. On March 9, 2017, Kuala Lumpur High Court Judge Azizul Azmi Adnan ordered the EC to provide the locality codes and names during the redelineation of the constituencies in Selangor in 1994 and 2003. A 73-year-old man and his 89-year-old sister were killed in a fire which engulfed their house in Petaling Jaya, Selangor this morning. Selangor Fire and Rescue Department Assistant Operation Director Muhammad Sani Harul said a team of firemen were rushed to the scene of the incident at number 56 Jalan SS2/4 after receiving a distress call at 3:38 a.m. Fire engines from Panchala and Damansara stations, together with 12 members, were immediately rushed to the scene. The rescue team had found the body of Ahmad Lokman Abdul Manan near the kitchen door downstairs, while his sister Rohani Abdul Manan was found in the toilet upstairs. The fire was brought under control at 5 a.m. The bodies of the victims had been sent to the University Malaya Medical Center for a post-mortem. Coming up next, Budget 2018 to emphasize on tax incentives. The upcoming Budget 2018 places more emphasis on the need to provide tax incentives that focus on the development of the Fourth Industrial Revolution or Industry 4.0. Second Finance Minister Dato' Johari Abdul Ghani said this would be in line with the government's effort to promote high technology industries and minimize dependency on manpower.
Ekonomi negara kita ini dipacu oleh SME. Syarikat-syarikat small and medium industries, and they are facing a problem now to get workers. So we want to make sure that going forward, workers is no more easy to get. So we encourage them to go for automation. We will create an incentive for the automation to all the SMEs so that dia boleh mengguna pakai insentif ini untuk kita melihat ke hadapan bagaimana kita mengendalikan ekonomi kita ini dengan lebih efisien.
Dato' Johari also said the government could no longer provide tax incentives for every sector and it needs to focus on the current situation, taking into account the country's present and future needs. He said this after chairing the Budget 2018 focus group meeting, boosting private investment, held in Putrajaya. The budget will be presented in Parliament by Prime Minister Dato' Sri Najib Tun Razak on October 27th. The National Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Malaysia, NCCIM, believes Malaysia's involvement in negotiations on free trade is able to benefit the people. According to its president, Dato' Ter Leong Yap, NCCIM is ready to contribute ideas to help the government finalize the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, TPPA, negotiations with other countries.
In fact, as far as we are concerned, I think Malaysia is one of the most advanced country in this free trade world free trade organization. So I guess with or without America, even without TPPA, there are some other thing that's coming up. RCEP is coming up, kind of things. You like it or not, it is a trend that the world is moving towards free trade way of doing business.
Previously, International Trade and Industry Minister Dato' Sri Mustafa Muhammad said TPPA negotiations were still in progress. Malaysia remains open towards proposals raised by other participating countries on the TPPA. Negotiations are expected to be finalized in November at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation or APEC meeting in Manila. The Malacca government is embarking on the Eco Schools 2017 program to raise awareness on the importance of protecting the environment among students. Chief Minister Dato' Sri Idris Harun said it would involve 314 primary and secondary schools in the state and would be done in stages in cooperation with Green Growth Asia, WWF Malaysia and the Malacca Education Department. Speaking after launching the program, Dato' Sri Idris said the move is in line with making Malacca a green technology state by 2020. He said the main focus, apart from raising awareness on the environment, is to reduce pollution through conservation activities. Also present were Executive Director and Chief Executive Director of WWF Malaysia, Dato' Dr. Dionysius Sharma, and Green Growth Asia Executive Director Balamurugan Radhakrishnan. Malaysia will table the Management of Social Transformation's MOST program on the importance of human rights and anti-discrimination in Paris this November through the Intergovernmental Council or IGC platform under the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. Women, Family and Community Development Minister Datuk Sri Rohani Abdul Karim, who is also UNESCO IGC President, said a most social transformation program management working committee, a most school and an inclusive laboratory will be discussing social and discrimination issues. She added that the transformation plan will be shared with other most members countries, including Latin America, Africa and Europe, for exchange of ideas and improvements.
Untuk kita engage dengan masyarakat, untuk kita mendalami adakah mereka ni apa lagi yang mereka rasa tak memuaskan dari segi macam di bawah indeks kesejahteraan keluarga lah, apa lagi environment ke, kenapa environment macam ni.
Datuk Sri Rohani said this to reporters after attending the Social Transformation Program Management High Tea in Kuala Lumpur. NASA Italia, the sole official importer and distributor of Ferrari in Malaysia, will be opening the Ferrari City showroom at the NASA Platinum Park by end of September this year. NASA Italia's Berhad Chief Operating Officer Farid Sulaiman said the 3 million ringgit facility would showcase the latest Ferrari models as part of the company's strategy to boost the Ferrari brand presence in the metropolitan. Speaking yesterday, Farid said Ferrari owners will now get to participate in lifestyle events created exclusively for the Ferrari community.
For City Showroom is one of our strategy to have the brand presence in the metropolitan area. Okay, and this is more on the trend now for the other car makers as well. And for City Showroom, we just showcase for those the high-end cars.
He said this at an event held to celebrate Ferrari's 70th anniversary, where NASA Italia also unveiled Ferrari's limited edition La Ferrari Aperta. The exclusive convertible, with only 209 units available worldwide, was built to commemorate Ferrari's milestone. NASA Italia is expected to introduce another model, the Ferrari 812 Superfast, scheduled to be available on the market in September.